First and foremost, my role as a police chief here is to serve the men and women who are doing the important work on the front line every single day. And that's to make sure that they have the resources, the training and equipment to effectively and to safely do their job. Secondly, my role is to set a vision and direction for the agency. Everyone in the organization needs to know where we're headed as an agency, and that's to be one of the best police agencies in the state of Washington. There are two things I ask of our people when they're doing their job. Do things in a way that's going to earn the public's trust, because without the public's trust, we're not going to be effective as a police organization. Second thing that I ask our people to do is do the right thing and do it right, and everything else will fall in place. The third thing as a police chief is to make sure that I work with the community and to maintain that public trust. And as I said earlier, I think we have the luxury of having the support from our citizens, from our business community, other government entities that makes the Federal Police Department effective. I don't think there's one thing I could pinpoint, but I think being part of a startup, brand new police agency. At the time when the police department was created, we had about 75,000 residents in the city of Featherway. Starting a brand new police department of that size from scratch has never really been done before. So for me to come here as a supervisor at the time and then being promoted to the rank of commander, deputy chief, now police chief, and being part of building the organization to where it is today, I'm very proud of that. I would tell you that we are one of 7 law enforcement agencies in the state of Washington that is nationally accredited. And there's only 7 departments in the state of Washington. And our people have to work hard. That ensures that we have good policies. We provide exceptional training to our people. So I'm most proud of that. And then just having, again, I mentioned earlier, but having a police department that's well respected in the law enforcement community and also by our citizens. So one of the programs that we're doing, like this summer, we have the Youth Citizens Academy. So we're going to take 30 students from all of the high schools here in Featherway, the 5 high schools, and put them through like an academy. One day here at the police department and one day at the fire department, South King Fire and Rescue. It was tremendously popular last year, so we're going to do that again to build relationship with youth in our community. We do Coffee with the Cops. That's something we started late last year and this year, connecting with the community. It's been extremely popular. And then last year we started a project that was called Positive Tickets Program, where we actually give positive reward or ticket to kids that are doing the right thing. And those tickets, we're partnering with Wild Waves, Century Theater, Patterson West, Ice Cream Store, Sub-Zero. And so there's different businesses that are partnering with us, and it's phenomenally going really well and popular. So those are the kind of things that we try to do to build trust, and particularly with our youth in our community. Ever since I can remember, I wanted to be a police officer. I remember being an immigrant child, and I grew up in Lacey, Olympia area, and there's this main thoroughfare. It was called Martin Way, kind of like Highway 99 here. And I would see state troopers going by all the time, and they would stop at this hamburger shop, to get their lunch or their meal. And I would sit at a distance and watch these troopers, and I just thought the car, the gun, I mean, it was so cool. And it was kind of far-reaching for me to think that someday I could be a police officer, but I wanted to be a cop. So when I went to high school, I joined a Police Explorer program with the Thurston County Sheriff's Department. I did that for about 4 years. And then when I went to college, I got hired by the Olympia Police Department as a police cadet for college students who were interested in going into law enforcement. So I did that for a couple of years, and one of those 2 years I was a reserve officer as well. So if I wasn't at school studying criminal justice, I was a criminal justice major at St. Martin's. If I wasn't doing that, I was at the Olympia Police Department, working. So it came to a point where when I was 21, I started testing for different police organizations. I was testing with Seattle, Tacoma, State Patrol, Olympia. I wanted a job. I was going to college to be a cop, and I thought, hey, you're old enough to test, so why not? So I started testing, and Olympia Police Department, where I was already working, offered me the job first. So it was truly a dream come true. If I looked at one point in my law enforcement career, is being called in by Chief Warner to his office and him offering me a job. And when I got the job, my first day on the job was on my birthday. It just, pay period just happened to land on my birthday, and I got officially got hired on my birthday, and that was in 1988. So I've been doing this job now approaching nearly 30 years. And it's crazy. I can't believe I've been doing this for 30 years. I absolutely love it. I love serving the public, and I really enjoy working with the people here at Fe더럴웨이 Police Department and City Hall. So it's a dream come true for me. I would tell our residents, when you're out and about, just be attentive, pay attention. One of the things, I've talked about this quite often, is when you're in the vehicle, pay attention to driving. Sometimes we take driving for granted. Distracted driving right now, looking at the phone or using the cell phone, is a huge problem. There's fatality numbers of people dying in car crashes going up in America. And for years it was going downward trend, but it's a smartphone that's what's causing that. So I would tell people, if you're really worried about your safety, pay attention when you're driving. Secondly, when you're out and about in the community, just pay attention to your surrounding. Whether you're at the grocery store, putting things in the car, know who's around you. Constantly be aware of your 360. If you're paying attention, you're lot less likely to become a crime victim, because they're looking for easy targets. And I also would tell residents, make sure that if you see something suspicious, report it to the police. We cannot be everywhere. There's never going to be enough police officers to be at every street corner, but we're relying on citizens to partner and work with us and report suspicious activity. Particularly in the Korean community, people may not want to call because of language barrier, but just do the very best. We need to partner with our citizens.